This is gonna be a story about WCW, stands for World Championship Wrestling. Grappling greats. Welcome to another evening of wrestling excitement. Tonight, we'll be bringing you all the top mains in World Championship Wrestling. Raven, you better be ready to hang with the big boys if you're going to play in a WCW. Because if you're not, your end will come sooner than you think. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Raven may be a loner for the dark side, but the former U.S. champion is the master of the ebb and flow DDT, is one of WCW's most extreme competitors. Goldberg! 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 The fans are their feet with the massive former champion hits the ring. His enemies may know what's coming, but they're powerless to stop it. First despair, then it's lights out with a jackhammer. Goldberg snarls, "Who's next?" Bam Bigelow. The beast from the east, Bam Bigelow, is imitated by Goldberg's success. Weighing in at 368 pounds, the Asbury Park Native with the fireball tattoos wants to be the first man to cleanly pin Goldberg's shoulders to the mat. When I get my hands on you, Goldberg, you're going to feel the heat of the baddest man in WCW. Booker T. Talk about feeling the heat. Booker T was once half of one of the WCW's hottest teams, the Harlem Heat. The former TV champion has collected plenty of wins on his own with his awesome Harlem sidekick and Sidewalk Slam. Let me tell you, when Booker T is in the house, it's time to raise the roof. Chris Jericho. Love him or hate him, Chris Jericho is one of the WCW's most outspoken grapplers. The innovator of the Lion Tamer, Jericho certainly has the skills to back up his boats. Jericho won't rest until Monday Neutral is renamed Monday Night Jericho. The excellent of executors Bret Hart learns his skills of the infamous Hart family dungeon. A master of the sharpshooter and the Russian leg sweep, Bret Hart is one of the most versatile wrestlers in the world. The Hitman is the best there is. The best there was, the best there ever will be, and don't you forget it. Sting may try to imitate my sharpshooter, but he can never beat me. Sting! You never know when or where Sting will strike. He might drop from the rafters with his bat of justice to attack his enemies, or defeat his opinions with the scorpion deathlock or the death drop. Only Sting knows for sure, and the former world champion isn't talking. The Piper. The Rowdy Scott has been the best in wrestling, including Hollywood Hogan. Piper learned to fight on the streets of Glasgow, Scotland, and the lessons he learned there he made him one of the wrestling's most unpredictable warriors. Roddy Piper doesn't back down for anyone. If I can put you down with my sleep hold, then I'll beat you into the canvas. Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah! Macho Man poses for all the macho maniacs like Piper. Randy Savage has never been afraid to stand toe to toe with an opinion. Few opinions have gotten up on Savage lands a fine elbow drop. Freak out! The Macho Man is ready to teach any of these pretenders a thing or two in the ring. Kidman. Let's take a look at two of WCW's cruiserweights. Kidman is the current cruiserweight champion, winning matches with his stunning shooting star press. He may not be the biggest man in WCW, but Kidman's got one of the biggest hearts. The Mexican phenomenon, Rey Mysterio Jr., is still a cruiserweight by which all other cruiserweights are measured, weighing just 140 pounds. Mysterio takes to the air to battle his opinions, whether it's a flying body press or flying Hurricane Rana. Rey Mysterio Jr. gives it his all. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and I knock down the big guys every night. Okay, that's enough, comments Eric Bischoff, aka ECE. Who wants to read about those cruiserweight chumps when you can read about the NWO and exclusive vice president of WCW? Let me introduce you to the real big boys. Scott Steiner, also known as the Big Papa Pump, is one of the strongest men in wrestling. He locks up his opinion in his Steiner recliner. And don't forget the Frankensteiner and tilt-a-whirl suplex either. Big Papa Pump takes whatever he wants and nobody stands in his way. Kevin Nash, standing 7'1", Kevin Nash says he's a real giant of WCW. How the Outsiders with Scott Hall? Nash injured so many wrestlers with his ferocious powerbomb that were brutally outlawed in WCW. I'm the man of the hour, the tower of power, and just too sweet to be sour. Scott Hall. Here comes Big Scott Hall to join his outsider comrade. Hey, yo, over there you got Big Kevin. Over here you got the men behind the outsider's edge, but together you'll get the greatest tag team in wrestler history. When you NWO, you're NWO for life. Sweet! Not to be outshone in NWO teammates, Lex Luger flexed her mighty biceps for the cameras. Luger has won hundreds of matches with their Toja Rack backbreaker, and he plans to keep the wins coming now that he has the lovely Elizabeth in his corner. This is the way it should be. The flashbulbs flashing for the most beautiful member of the NWO. Oh, yeah, and for Elizabeth, too. And now for the main event, introducing the WCW NWO World Champion Hollywood Hogan. Hogan's power slam and a tonic leg drop have put away countless opinions, and if he has trouble, he knows he got some powerful people watching his back. Hollywood's bringing the NWO into the new millennium of dominance. Don't worry, fellow NWOites. Hollywood is going to continue to rule WCW for life. Hold it right there, Hogan, Ric Flair said. I have just enough of you and Goon Squad. The Nature Boy and the Fourth Horseman are going to race you right out of WCW. Never count Ric Flair out. Flair has won 14 world titles in his figure four leg lock. He and the Fourth Horseman have been styling and profiling for years. The Emperor Arn Anderson, the Crippler Chris Bonnet, and Steve Mongo McMichael are ready to watch war the Ric Flair against the NWO. The NWO may think they're that, but the Horsemen are the dirtiest players in the game. Anderson said, we got a few tricks up the sleeves. Diamond Dallas Page has proven in NWO's fiercest rivals. DDP may take a licking, but then bang! The Diamond Cutter comes into play and pledged to another win. Page recently teamed with talk show host Jay Leno and basketball player Karl Malone to continue its war against Hogan's troops. If the Horsemen need help breaking the NWO, they can count on DDP. Bang! Disco Inferno may be a little behind the times in a fashion sense and a little late for his angel, but foes who understand his quickly find themselves on the receiving end of the chartbuster. These fools in the WCW don't like me because I hang out on the NWO and because I can dance better than any of them. With all the WCW's big boys gunning for it, isn't any surprise that the WCW World Title is one of the most covered prizes in all the wrestling. Some all-time greats have held the big belts, and you could bet that even more of the world's best grapplers were battling for the right of known as World Heavyweight Champion. The end.